Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas to you. Welcome to the Vibrantly Healthy Moms Show. Today, I can't believe we are just what? Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We are 3 days from Christmas. I don't know how we even got here, and I'm sure you don't either. It's been a crazy year. And to think that we're already at the end of the year and celebrating Christmas and all that is just beyond me how we got there. I was going to show up today with my Santa hat. Well, not my Santa hat. My son, who still lives here at home, one of them, our youngest, has a Santa hat. And I thought, well, I'm going to hop on here and just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and get in one more episode here before Christmas. And I thought, I'll put on his Santa hat. Well, unfortunately, I forgot to get out of his closet before he took off to work this morning, and he gave me very strict instructions last night not to enter his room for anything, especially his closet, because that is where he has his unwrapped presents. So today, when I was getting ready to come in here, I'm like, oh, that Santa hat, I forgot to grab it. And well, it's too late now. So anyway, I have a red shirt on and I'm being as Christmassy as I can be. But I'm so glad that you have joined me here today, whether you are watching live or you are watching the recording. And I would love to have you comment below and just say hello or, give a like, a little thumbs up or a heart, just so that I know you have been here. Anyway, I love to see y'all out there. So today we are going to be talking about keeping routine in the midst of the Christmas chaos. And this time of year, if you're like me and you're hosting your family and you have meals to prepare and gifts to get unwrapped, it can become rather chaotic, right? I'm sure you know exactly what I mean, and it can be super hard to get everything done. So, keeping the routine during the Christmas chaos, you might be thinking, what? How do you do that? Basically, all of this stuff at Christmas time comes and fills the time that ordinarily we would be doing our other things. So here's what is super important to do. First of all, we have to recognize that we can't do it all. We can't do everything, and there is no way that we can expect to have all of these new responsibilities that come with Christmas preparation and all of that to be able to fit in right with all of the other things that we ordinarily do. There's no way, and if we try to do that, we are going to make ourselves crazy. And it's really not good for us. We'll just be stressing ourselves out. And remember, last week we talked about stress and the effects that can have on our bodies. So it's super important to be realistic with our time and what we can actually handle. So how do we approach this time of year, whether it's Christmas or it's another time of year? Maybe, you have a wedding in your family, that maybe you have a daughter that's getting married and you have all the responsibilities that go with that, or a big birthday party you're throwing for an elderly parent, or whatever it might be. There are things that come along in our life that take over our schedule and make it hard to continue on with the things that we routinely, ordinarily do. So what do we do when we encounter situations like that? What we need to do is, first of all, we need to determine which things in our normal routine are non-negotiable. Which are the things that are so important that no matter what, we need to continue doing those. And then the other things we can put aside temporarily, and that is okay. But we need to decide which things cannot go. And I know for me, for example, it's super important that I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night. And if I don't, I feel it. So it's super important that I maintain that during this time of year, when there's all of the extra responsibilities and the chaos that can go along with preparing for Christmas. So if I end up going to bed later at night, I make sure that it's the next morning where I can sleep in a little extra, or vice versa. If I have to get up super early the next morning for something, I make sure that at night I go to bed a little bit better. Am I always perfect at it? No, absolutely not. Sometimes there's a night and a morning where I end up burning the candle at both ends, and I just accept that and then make sure I correct it the next night. So there's a lot of different things like that, whether it's, drinking water, making sure that you're making the time to stop and get a glass of water throughout your day. Those are things that I have routinely in my schedule, and I'm not willing to give those up because I know that it's going to jeopardize how I'm feeling and how well I am going to be able to do it, performing the task that I have to do during Christmas time and getting all the things done. So, like for example, today I have to get out to the grocery store and do all of my shopping for the cooking and the things that I'm responsible for making for Christmas Day. And so today I had to arrange my schedule such that it would fit into my schedule. And I had certain things that I needed to make sure that I got done. So I was up before the sun was up this morning and taking care of the most important task that I had to do before anybody else was around in the house that was going to distract me from what I needed to do. And so I adjusted my schedule accordingly so that I could get those routine things in, but also have the responsibilities that I have for Christmas taken care of at the same time. So again, like I said, we need to determine what is the most important to us and then stick to doing those things. And like I said, it is okay to let some things go temporarily. So for example, maybe you are one that is working to exercise every day, but you're like, wow, I just don't feel like that's something I can fit in this week during all of this Christmas preparation. That's okay. Take a break from it and know that you're going to commit yourself to getting back to it as soon as Christmas is over. And if we accept the fact that there are times that we're going to have to do things a little bit different, and then that we do make that commitment to getting back to it, then that little time off, it can be a good thing. It can be one that allows you to get the things done that have to be done. And you're not being so hard on yourself where you're beating yourself up and feeling like, well, I failed. I didn't do the exercising these couple of days, Christmas Eve and Christmas. And so now I failed and I might as well just forget it. No. Don't do that. Just get back on the horse and get doing what you need to do. I think that's a saying. Anyway, I probably left part of that off. I'm never really very good at sayings. And every time I try to say something that I've heard out there, I always botch it up. So you'd think I'd learned my lesson by now. Anyway, I think you get the idea. Show yourself some grace and mercy and realize that you're not going to do everything perfect and you can't fit all of what you normally do in with all this extra stuff, and pick and choose wisely what you're going to make sure that you keep in your routine that's good for you. And this is going to be different for every single one of us. And then, those other things, just show yourself some grace and mercy. Don't beat yourself up and just get back to them afterwards. And then embrace all of those exciting things, the new things that you have to do now in your preparation for Christmas. Enjoy every single part of it. So today I'm going out grocery shopping and getting all those things for our Christmas celebrations, and I'm looking forward to that. That's something that ordinarily I'd be doing some other things. I have my normal routine that I do on Tuesday afternoon, but I've put those things aside and I'm going to totally embrace and enjoy what it is that I have to do. And the more that we can live in the moment with what it is that we have to do, the happier that we will be, the more joyful we will be in our hearts, and the more at peace we will be. So how to get done all that you have left to do for Christmas. I went through this last night. I'm like, my mind was overwhelmed and I was beginning to feel stressed about it. Like, how am I going to get this done? I've got Tuesday and Wednesday left before Christmas Eve, when things really start getting busy. So first thing I need to do is just take a deep breath and just say, okay, I've got this. I can do this. I just need to figure it out. So what I always find to be super helpful, and this is what I did last night, is I just wrote down everything that I had left to do. And then once I see it all there, then I start picking days, and I'll put a little W by something for Wednesday, or T for Tuesday, and TH for Thursday. And I just go through my whole list that way to make sure that everything is assigned a day. And oh my word, the peace that comes over me knowing that everything has an assigned time to get done and I will be able to get to it really helps me a ton. And I hope that you find something like that works for you as well. So that is all I have to share with you today. It's short because I know we have lots to do and I don't want to take your time, and I got to get out there to the grocery store and grab all of our food. And next week, please tune in because I have a big announcement that I want to share with you about an exciting event that we have planned for you, just for you, in just around the corner here in the coming of the new year. So just a few weeks away. So I'm really excited to share that with you next week. But until then, I do hope that you and your family have an absolutely wonderful Christmas celebrating the birth of God's Son. And I will see y'all next week. Bye-bye, everybody.